They're building a brand new fucking stadium, going to be open in 2026. Goodell was there, Bean was there, the whole operation was there. Seems like it's a big to-do, as it should be. This means they're going to have a Super Bowl, I think. Congrats to Bills Mafia and the Buffalo Bills, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, okay, so how close is this to their current stadium? Do we have any idea?
They said it's in the same city, Orchard Park.
Yeah, I think it's right
it looks
next
amazing.
door.
Yeah. It looks beautiful. I assume they're going to have a lot of suites in there so they can get a little bit more money out of people that maybe don't want to sit in the foot of snow, potentially outside. Much of the modern stadiums kind of have that kind of built into it somewhere. But Bills Mafia has earned this. Now, granted, a lot of taxpayer money, but that is kind of how business goes these days. I assume the Buffalo Bills will try to pay this off as soon as possible because the more money that you put into the stadium, the more money you benefit from events that happen at the stadium. Shout out to the Minnesota Vikings taking care of that like 26 years early or something like that, just a week ago.
What was the tweet that said now they're not going to be a small market team anymore with this new stadium? Is that how it works? See that tweet? Something about like not going to be whatever they say, something like that.
And just because there is people out there that can't catch sarcasm.
Sure.
We're joking about all
Just a joke.
Just kidding around, just goshing.
Laughing.
We will talk about the Buffalo Bills. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, we will.
Ari Mirov, My Sports Update. I don't know if he's still with Pro Football Focus or with somebody else now, but he is all over everything happening in the NFL. An incredible follow. The Bills are having a groundbreaking ceremony this morning at the site where their new stadium will be built. Construction is expected to be complete in time for the 2026. Bills COO Ron Rashier. The days of us operating as a small market team is in the past. All right, so if he said is instead of are, because he's talking about days, I don't know how proper that English is. I will assume the chief operating officer had proper grammar whenever he was speaking, and I was wrong. Nonetheless, yeah, we got a big-time stadium, AJ. We're in the modern age now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not only do we have Josh Allen, who's an international sensation and superstar, dating a celeb.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
We have Von Miller, who's obviously won Dancing with the Stars, big-time superstar. We got McDermott, who looks like Bill Burr. People sometimes even get him confused.
Jock.
A lot of Bill Burrs out there in the world, redheaded, bald, jocked, kind of slender build.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you got this guy, ladies and gentlemen, the general manager of the Buffalo Bills, a man who was at the groundbreaking ceremony this morning for the brand new Buffalo Bills Stadium, Highmark Field, that has $850 million public money that'll all get paid off, just like the Minnesota Vikings were able to.
Of course.
And who knows how many billions behind it as well. Going to be state-of-the-art and beautiful for the great Bills Mafia, the man who built the team on the field that is certainly expecting a Super Bowl run, general manager of the Buffalo Bills, Brendan Bean. What's up, dude?
Appreciate that intro, Pat.
Hey, you're all suited and booted this morning. You look real good. Hey, you had your Sunday best on, didn't you? It was a big day this morning. How were the vibes, obviously? What are the expectations? And how long before you get to say or have any input in any of this?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. We've already, we had meetings starting last August, believe it or not, about certain things just because they've already had to do so many things planning-wise so that they could literally start digging now. So we've had a lot of conversations offline with how we want, where the locker room is, the size, what needs to go in it. We're going to stay in our training facility here, so we'll just be across the street. But still, there's certain things, as a player that you still want to have access to on game day that, in your locker room, maybe you have it here at the facility, but just all that kind of stuff, we've started that process. So it's exciting now that the shovels are in the ground officially.
I'm happy football is getting asked some questions in the design, and we assume that everything you guys do up there is right. I can't wait to see it fully constructed. Go ahead, AJ.
Brendan, do you have any idea how long this has been in talks, like when they initially started working on this project to eventually break ground like you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, it was pre-COVID. So it's definitely, I don't know if it was 2018, but I know by 2019, conversations were definitely going that our lease here in this stadium, they've worked hard. It's 50 years old to keep it, efficient where you can run, but definitely outdated. And so a lot of things had to go into place to extend the lease here long enough to get this new one built. So exciting times for sure.
You're the guy that built the team, and we're acting like you're the guy that actually owns the team and had to make all the stadium decisions. So we appreciate you answering the questions here. You did have a suit on.
Yep.
And you were at the site.
True. Right.
So answer the questions, dude.
Yeah.
I seen in the projections, not a dome. right? Not a dome.
No.
Obviously,
No.
Buffalo has the incredible weather advantage, if you want to look at it that way, as potentially having 72 inches of snow or a full blizzard out of nowhere. And it's kind of a part of NFL football now at this point. Buffalo blizzard, December football, January football, like this is what the NFL is. There was never consideration to have this thing covered so that, you know, maybe the Super Bowl could take a trip or something of that nature?
Yeah, I mean, as much as you'd love to get a Super Bowl, we just feel like Buffalo. When you think Buffalo Bills, you think outside football. To me, it'd be like doing it at Lambeau. Like if you put a dome in Lambeau, that just wouldn't seem right. And we like, you know, playing outside. The good thing for fans is, and I don't quote me on this, but a certain number, like I want to say half to 60% are going to be covered with a tarp. You know, when you go to Seattle or whatever, kind of goes over. But another positive is it's going to be grass. And, you know, we have these debates of turf versus grass. So that was one of the big things that we pushed for. So it's going to be grass like Lambeau has and have all that coil underneath to keep the field warm. So very excited about that.
Okay, so this is a big-time conversation obviously happening right now around the NFL, and I don't know how much it came up in your discussions of when you were creating it. Like, we're definitely having grass because it's better for the players, and the players want it. Did you guys see the European stadiums that have, like, the grass, and then they kind of transform, and then, like, wood comes up, and it's like, oh, Taylor Swift can play here whenever she wants, and then disappears in, like, a basketball goal. Oh, the Final Four can play here. Are you thinking about those things, or is it just grass for football with some warming heating coils underneath it like there is at Lambeau with I think there's some synthetic turf mixed in there as well at the Lambeau one. I'm not 100% certain or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to have those are cool. I have seen those videos.
Okay, cool.
You know, I think if we were in New York City or something like that, or, you know, LA, a big venue that's going to get all sorts of other concerts, soccer, whatever it is, it's really going to be built football based.
Hell yeah.
There will be some concerts, but it's going to be pretty good. And like I said, it'll have the heating coil, and we talked about it 3 or 4 years ago with the Pagulas about doing it here in our current stadium, and it was just going to be quite an undertaking to get it done here. And so we, you know, basically at that time they committed, once we get this stadium, we're all in on, doing grass.
Hell yeah. 3 years from now, that thing will obviously open. You're still going to be there,
yeah.
obviously.
Oh, yeah.
This team that you've built. McDermott's going to be there. Josh Allen's going to be there, unless you want to trade him to Indianapolis. And I don't want to give up on Anthony Richardson yet, but if you would like to trade one for one, I mean, I think we would definitely listen there.